Hi everybody, it's the Yuki once again giving you guys a preview of a brand new thing I want to try here on the channel called Yuki's Overtime. Yuki's Overtime is actually inspired by another channel, Jaguar Gator 9, who does live streams of NFL games and does a segment also known as Overtime. And I would like to present that first before we go over the rules of what I'm going to do. So recently, on just a few days ago, Jaguar Gator 9 did a stream to cover Houston Texans versus the Dallas Cowboys and the battle for Texas in terms of NFL. And part of the stream at the end, after he covers the game, there's actually a few things he does. The first thing that inspired me to do make the call is his thing where you make the call, where you vote on what you want to see in, covered in terms of another foot, football stream. Similar rules. Now you may have noticed there's a lot of money involved. That's because he does it with donations. I am going to be doing it with both donations and Yuki coin. Okay, so get ready. So how this works is for the you make the call, you vote on with donations which game you want to see. Now keep in mind those are the college games. I do understand. I believe the bottom one is Purdue and Michigan State, for example. If you want to do Purdue, Michigan State, you donate X amount and you get it on the tally. The final tally will be done at the end of the show. Whichever wins or you make the call is the game that he's gonna do on usually Fridays. Okay? Actually, this one is set for tomorrow because it's college football. Okay? So whatever wins that is going to be shown tomorrow night. You'll also notice that there's two new other things here. We have overtime queue and overtime rules. This is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So how overtime works is he starts off with 5 minutes, and based on how much donation he gets, he will add X amount of minutes. For example, $1 extends the stream by 1 minute. $2 is 2 minutes, $4 is 4 minutes, and so on. Basically, it's a streamathon inside of an NFL stream. Then there's minimums. For example, a question. If you have a question for him, that's a minimum of $2. Or you want him to listen to a video or audio for 1 minute, which is another $2. For him to watch a video less than 10 minutes is $2 for the first two times, and then everything else after that is $5. Okay, and then if you want more requests, you have $20 to use. Okay, that's how it works. Now, there's another thing he does called double overtime. Okay, so there. Before we do that, the queue. Any donation of $20 or more will jump you into the line of the queue. Any donation of $10 or more, you will get straight to the top 5 of the queue. Then he does something called double overtime. For double overtime, if the clock hits 0, but there are more things in the queue, he will finish those first. And then any $5 donation plus will add more time and to the queue. So this stream keeps going until the queue is over, or there's no more things in the queue. I will tell you, some of the streams have gotten over 4 hours, including this one, because of overtime. Okay, now let's go over our channel. How we're gonna do this? How do you want to do this? According to Matt Mercer, here are some rules and regulations to follow. Keep in mind, I have a limit. Um, his can go as long as he wants because he's been doing this for a long time. Me, that is my first time doing something similar. So let's go over the rules and regulations. I will be tweaking this for next week's show. For this week, these are the rules. For next week on Friday, we will discuss more rules in detail. So here are my rules for tomorrow's stream. The beta rules are as follows. The timer is set for 45 minutes, so from 11:15 to 12 a.m. Two selected topics will be discussed first. These are what we call the Yuki's firsties. Then, after that, the community queue will open after my article discussion. So just like Jaguar Gator 9, the queue will open at that time, although he opens it right away. The live stream will end at 12:05 a.m. or 3:05 p.m. Pacific Eastern. Now notice that there are some exceptions, but we'll go over to that in a moment. In the regular season in 2025, we're going to be doing the exact same rules. For the moment, those are the rules. Same rules. Now, here are some exceptions to the rule. And again, I'm inspired by Jaguar Gator 9 here. If the timer hits 0, but I am reading or still discussing a certain topic, once that discussion is over, the live stream ends. Okay? Unless there is something else in the queue. But if we start doing what we call a streamathon style show, max double overtime is 15 minutes for the beta. Again, like he did with like Jaguar Gator 9, that the donations for the money, he will add more to the stream with the queue, with his double overtime. But he starts to make it at $5 instead of $1. So $1 is no longer enough at double overtime. Okay? Now, here is what is allowed during my show on Yuki's overtime. Because I have to set some boundaries when it comes to this type of show. The first boundary, the first thing that is allowed is video reactions outside of anything I would do for the Francis Squad or the Infinite Zone. So if you want me to react to Beard Meets food, anything like McDonald's, that's fine. I'll accept that. I do like McDonald's sometimes, you know? So anything, if you want me to react to anything about McDonald's, Burger King, chicken nuggets, or anything along those lines of anything you want me to look at, that's fine. The second thing that is allowed is if you want me to read an article or something or video about gaming, technology, esports, or anything interesting, I'll be happy to look into that if we can learn something. Or video game news that is not discussed yet, as in the first few minutes that I'm going to be starting. This goes for articles and videos. Now I want to go over what is not allowed. Videos that contain NSFW material not safe for work, or videos that may end up on the Francis Squad or the Infinite Zone, unless I say otherwise. The first part of that is very straightforward. I do not want to see any not safe for work material. Thank you. Now, as for the second one, the Francis Squad or Infinite Zone, this is going to be depending on if you do not want me to use Infinite Zone anymore. Because the Francis Squad is going to be used in 2025 because of Francis the Hedgehog plays and Francis the Hedgehog reacts. But I have not seen interest in DeviantArt for a long time. So if you want me to cancel that side entirely, I may end up doing live DeviantArt reactions as part of Yuki's overtime. But the rule for the NSFW art is still going to be applied. Anything that is NSFW will not be allowed, and I have to make sure that art is good to be shown. Okay, if you want me to react to DeviantArt with the Francis the Hedgehog voice mod during Yuki's overtime, I am okay with that. As long as if you do not want me to react to DeviantArt as part of my content there. That's the catch. So tell me, let's see what happens with that particular discussion. The second thing that is not allowed during Yuki's overtime is music videos. Very straightforward because of copyright concern. Especially because if I decide to do double overtime with donations and YouTube is going to watch. Okay, so watch out for that. The third thing that is not allowed is self promotion videos. If you want me to react to something, tell me to react to something that is interesting. Okay? I am not here. I am not here to allow you to self promote yourself. Okay? That is not me. That is not allowed. Okay? We want something interesting and something worth sharing. Yes, you have a channel. Yes, your videos may be good. However, on a show like this, you have to understand that a lot of people want to self promote their stuff. I am against self promoting. There are exceptions to this rule, and it has to do with my videos. If I want to share something, I'm fine with that. That's me. But that's only on me. Okay? If, however, you want me to do a show specifically um promoting yourself, then I am okay with doing that. But that is for 2025 because since we're starting this tomorrow beta. The fourth thing that is not allowed in Yuki's overtime is discussion and articles and videos that contain anything about politics, scientific stuff, or religion. There are exceptions, but I want to talk about this why. First off, the reason why I am not allowing politics is very obvious. It is volatile, and you never know where you're going to dip your hand into the political cookie jar, if you will. And you never know what you're going to find. And based on what I've been seeing, yeah, there's a lot of stuff nobody likes. So no politics during this particular show, or actually any stream. The next one is scientific, like science. Okay, this one is kind of a little messy. Yes, there's a lot of cool stuff about science. So if something interesting about science want me to look at, that's fine. I'm happy to look into it. However, if the scientific discussion becomes more of something where it's about like um things that it's about belief and all that weird stuff, no. The answer is no. But if it's something about, oh, did you know that you can do this, and this with helium, oxygen, and like something educational, that's okay. But anything like belief in science, all that stuff, no, that's not allowed. Even in videos. The last thing I said is religion. This is also on my point on politics. I am not allowing discussions on or videos on religious beliefs or anything where it's like talking about like religion. This is very simple because a lot of people have different beliefs, and a lot of people have this and that, and I do not want to go into that. So no politics, no science, and no um religion. There are exceptions, believe it or not, to this rule. Number one, if there is politics in a video game that is not talking about RRL politics and just showing off like what politics is, I am okay with that because this is how this government works, this is how that government works, and how they intertwine. That's fine because sometimes you can actually learn from that. Same thing with science. If it's a specific video game type of science, that's fine. And religion in video games. This one's kind of iffy because it could be anything with religion. But if religion is discussed in a video game that does not discuss real life religion, like they just made it up themselves, I am okay with that. But I have to watch it first before you can I can put it up in queue. And finally, the fifth thing that is not allowed is VR chat or video games. Okay, I want to be very specific. Um, VR chat and video games are not allowed during overtime. The reason why is because number one, on Friday nights we already playing a video game. That's called Pokemon Unbreakable Ties with Francis Riolu. I did not want to play another 2 hours of a video game on a Friday night. Oh no. Uh-uh. As much as I want to get through the game and as much as I want to do a grind show, no, we're not doing that. The second thing, VR chat. No VR chat because I don't do VR chat on Fridays. Uh-uh. So do not tell me to get on VR chat for $5 donation. Uh-uh. That's not going to happen. Okay? We are here to chill out, have fun, relax, but in a non-video game format. There is one exception to this rule. A few exceptions, but I'm gonna roll them all into one. Um, if the video game in question is something that I am interested in, like an indie game, I will discuss it and maybe I'll play it for you guys. But that's very rare. The second thing is if the VR chat in question is a VR chat world I want to show off, then I'm okay with discussing it. Or if something like I am developing a video game, like the one I'm doing now for a card game, I am okay with that because that's something that I want to share. But nothing like you want me to play a game. We're not gonna do that. Not at least unless there's we need to do a specific parameter for that. But for the sake of Yuki's overtime, we are not doing that. Okay? Because I don't want to start like playing Rocket League or Pokemon when we just already started Pokemon. We just finished Pokemon and we're going to be doing Rocket League on Saturdays. And I do not want to get into competition at 11:05 p.m. because all I know for sure is those are those are when the sweaty people come out. And when the sweaty people come out, watch it. It's going to get nuts. The competition at 11:05 p.m. on a weekday is stressful. I am not joking when I say it's stressful. Okay? Now, double overtime. Here are two ways we can do double overtime for the beta starting tomorrow. The first way is super chat, just like Jaguar Gator 9. So that one is straightforward. Keep in mind only 15 additional minutes are allowed. You can keep donating, but I'm not going to add any more time. Only 15 minutes. The other way is Yuki Coin. Yuki Coin is our virtual currency for the streams. Okay, so if you want 1 extra minute, it's 1,000. 5 extra minutes, it's 5,000, and 10 extra minutes, it's 10K. Okay, it's very simple. Note that the max is still 15 minutes, and that is combined with super chats. For example, if someone donates $10 super chat and somebody puts in 5,000 Yuki coin, that is a total of 15 minutes. In that case, that will be it. You can still donate super chat and stuff, but there will be no more additional time after 15. Once it's over, it's over. There's one exception to this rule. If I am discussing an article or watching something or discussing something, I will finish that and that will be it. That's the overtime. That's the double overtime. I don't want to go too late. Is what my thing is. 12:15 a.m. is not that late. Ladies and gentlemen, trust me. I've seen gamers go way past 12:15 a.m. I've heard of gamers going way past 12:15 a.m. So 12:15 a.m. in this day and age is nothing. Okay, it's nothing for gamers that is. But those are my rules. Um, just to give you a sneak preview, I'm gonna show you my layout that I'm going with for the show, and the layout looks like this. So you guys can see we have the discussion, the next one, the on deck, and we have the community queue. Okay, Yuki's queue here in this case, it's just a beta test right now. So we'll see what I want to do for that. The time remaining is on the bottom. I'm using a counter to use it. Okay, countdown timer. Remember, 45 minutes to start. If there is something that you want me to discuss after that, then we're going to be doing double overtime. Okay, for an additional 15 minutes. So this could go on till 1 hour and 5 minutes right there. Okay, so use this time to your advantage if you want me to watch something. Keep in mind the rules. Okay, that is all for this one. If you guys enjoy the idea of the show, let me know. I'll come up with other ideas. The other idea is to do this on a Saturday. The only reason why is because on Friday nights I also go swimming, and you know swimming is activity that let's just say that you're supposed to take a nap for. Saturdays I don't do anything other than Rocket League. So we could do this on Fridays and we could do this on Saturdays. It could be one of those two. But if you like this layout, you like the show idea, let me know and we can start trying. The first beta day for this particular program is tomorrow night at 11:15. That's why there's an extra stream scheduled for tomorrow, other than Pokemon. That's all for now. We will see you guys at 5:30 for a live um VR session. Enjoy and have some fun in overtime.